see you. You are now listening to Shattercast Uncut. Prepare to be shattered with your hosts, Matt Baldwin, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, OscarNJBoy, T2RX6, Mega 81. Welcome to Shattercast.
Okay, what's up, everybody? This is like a bonus episode this week because there wasn't much news and we were all together, so we figured why not try to knock this out. It's only going to be, 20 minutes, half hour, something like that. But we wanted to continue our Get to Know a Guy series, and this week, or this portion, or this version of the show, we are going to be looking at our good friend, our hostess with the mostest, Mr. OscarNJBoy. And we will all go around round robin and ask him some questions. So I am going to ask the first question, and as somebody who's really into comics also, like Oscar, he's really impressed me with his knowledge of things outside of the Transformer fandom. So I've been wanting to ask him, can you tell me the evolution of your fandom? Like, what was the first thing you kind of became a fan of, and then where did it grow from there, and then where are you now?
I was like 6 years old, and my dad came home with a comic book that a buddy from work left him, and it was an issue of Green Lantern and Green Arrow. And actually, it was all in Spanish at the time. When I was young, I could only read in Spanish, so it wasn't really a bad thing. So I really got captivated by what they can do and stuff like that in that comic, and I really kind of became like I'd say obsessed with it. Like when I'm younger, there's a photo of me when I was a kid that I have a Green Lantern shirt on and everything, and it just, there was like this whole new world has been opened up to me where people don't you dare close your eyes.
Sorry. I'm a huge Aladdin fan. I'm bad.
But like I said, a whole new world was open to me, and like there were other superheroes, and there was not just this guy with a ring and a guy with a quiver and a bow and arrow set. There was also this guy dressed up like a bat, and this guy with a big S on his chest. So I got hooked on the comics as I grew older. When I was like 8, 9 years old, Transformers came into play again, and I kind of got more focused on that because it just seemed, a Transformers 20 times more interactive than like the old like Kenner Kenner, the old Kenner Secret War figures that were out for a while. Like I had some of those, and Transformers Secret Wars.
Superpowers.
It's the DC, yeah, Superpowers. That was the DC. The Marvel one was the Secret Wars, yeah. But I don't remember who made them. But
Toy Biz?
Like my uncles.
I think so.
Toy Biz? I don't remember, but they seem more interactive because whereas if you had a Flash figure, you squeeze the legs, his arms would go back and forth. But Transformer, on the other hand, you switch them around, they go from a robot to a vehicle. So as I got older, I always kind of been stuck on the comics and stuff like that. So I remember a lot of big events and stuff like that. But Transformers has been one of the few things that's been like kind of a constant. Whereas comics have faded in and out of interest when they just gotten ridiculous. Like when they killed off Superman, really got into it. When they brought him back, like not even a year, they were making hints of him coming back. I instantly lost an interest in comic books, and then it's the big events that kind of drive me back into it. Like the breaking of the Batman got me back into comic books.
Yes,
and recently is the now talk of DC's new event coming up called the Convergence, and me watching shows like Green Arrow and The Flash has gotten me back into comic books and just making me and I've been getting just as nostalgic just reading an old issue of Batman as I do when I fiddle with a G1 toy. So
nice. Oh. All right. Next up, let's go Matt.
Bigger dick or $10,000 for Transformers?
What the? Okay.
No.
That
was a good question.
He wants to know the answer to that. That doesn't know.
I would take the $10,000, man.
Hey, I got one. Olsen twins or Runabout, Runamuck, BotCon, or TFCC set?
No, seriously.
Without question, Charlie Sheen.
Seriously, what is your favorite character and why?
From the Transformers franchise?
Yeah, Transformers.
It's like I've always kind of had this required love for Rodimus because I kind of think he got the dirt, like, he got underhanded pretty bad in the cartoon. Like, before we recorded, it was always like Bobby said something like he always felt like he was having to live up to Optimus Prime's shadow. I kind of think the fact that they put him there, that it kind of screwed the character over. They made him really, really mopey and shit. And I really like his approach in the comic books now, where he's like this arrogant, cocky little dude, and wants to take everything head on. It just sucks we don't have a decent figure for him yet. That'd be like my prize joy. Like, I have my masterpiece Rodimus.
A cloud.
That's it. Yeah, the cloud.
He's the cloud.
There's always that, but it's not worth paying that much for a fucking Springer mold. But at the moment, it's Rodimus, and when it comes to like the third party world, it's the fucking Warden. So,
Cool.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite gimmick as far as Transformers? Like Headmasters, Power Master. Well, that's all about the same thing.
yeah.
Headmasters, Triple Changers, Combiners,
Mini-comics.
fucking Laser Rods, Micromaster Bases.
Automorphs? Is that in there? No. It'd have to be.
Sure, why not?
It'd have to, honestly, would have to be like the whole Headmaster, Target Master gimmick. If the guy could ride and said, what they call them in Headmasters, Transector. That always really amazed me when I was a kid. I always thought it was cool. You could have a chrome dome and you could drive the car around, You didn't have to pretend you had a human. So I really like the Headmaster gimmick.
You didn't like the Energon Combiners?
No. No, I don't think anyone liked the Energon
You don't think you
Combiners.
did like Hot Rod and Prowl together?
No. God, no. That was an awful figure.
Antoine, you got one?
Yeah. Why'd you move to Florida? Why not New Jersey?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah, I am from New Jersey. The joke is I'm from the South, but I was born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey. I moved down to Florida because my family was, they bought a house on here, my mom and my stepdad. And the intent was to move down and help them get all settled in. And when that happened, I went back up to New Jersey. And when I went back up to New Jersey, I basically had a roommate, a whole living situation set up, but it kind of fell through because dude fell in love and let his girl move in, but his girl had a kid, and so he moved into the spare room. So, and then living in New Jersey is immensely expensive. Like, just for a small hole in the floor basement studio is like $1,100 at the time, just for rent, and that's not utilities and shit included. So, I was like, you know what, Florida's nice, and we moved down here, and I kind of got used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
Justin,
I live
you
in.
got one?
Yep. So, as many people know, Oscar is our resident animator, making our Squirrel and the promo he made earlier.
Yep.
So who's your, and this is not limited to Transformers, what's your favorite character to draw? And yeah, that's it. No end.
Wow. When it comes to Transformers, the easiest guy to draw, I've gotten pretty good at Megatron. I've shown you guys in the chat the picture I drew of him holding Ultron's head in one head and Brainiac's head in the other with the Infinity Gauntlet. Megatron's gotten really easy. The hardest guy I've drawn hands down was like Skids for that promo we did for the reaction to the trailer. That was a fucking bitch to make. But non-Transformers, it's toss-up, because Deadpool's just basically Spider-Man with guns. And Spider-Man's cake, but I've never been a fan of the character. Batman's always fun to draw, challenging.
I agree with that. That is challenging.
Because it's Batman.
It's those characters that are super iconic, man. It's intimidating to fuck with them.
Yeah. Well, it's like when the number one rule, when you draw that stuff too, when you talk to people in the comic book industry, is if you go to submit to Marvel and DC, you find an editor in a convention, show him drawings of really obscure Marvel or DC characters, and that'll catch their eye more than here's my Batman or here's my Joker.
Right.
No, it's here's my Pharaoh. Who's that? Oh, he was a villain of the Teen Titans. I'm not sure about that, but here's Jericho. Who's that? Well, he's Deathstroke's son, and his only power was he could possess people. He was a Teen Titan, the more obscure characters that they have the rights to, are oh, we could bring him back. This guy could be the star. That's how you get your foot in the door more likely than that.
I have a question that kind of stems from that. So, you know, for those who don't know, like Oscar does all our animations that we've done. He also does plenty on his channel, and he's done stuff for WK. He does all the the voice act, like the voices, like the voice acting stuff. He usually does all himself, and all that kind of stuff. He does our Megatron, he does our Asian guy, he does our German guy, he does the French guy, he does the Russian guy, you know, on and on and on.
Wait, are you talking about a sex life? Just rolling the show.
No, we're talking about our sex life, and then my little show. Right? Don't ever forget that. It's always 3 ways.
And he also draws and does that sort of business as well. And hosts this podcast, which I don't think anyone would deny that he does a fucking bang up job at. If you could land your dream job, would it be one of any of those? And if it were, which would it be? Like those types of things, either voice acting or animating or drawing or hosting a radio show or something like that.
Yeah, I tell you right now, probably. Because like I think about it all the time, like especially like I'm getting a submission pack together with this comic book company for a title I really want to launch, and I got a buddy of mine I've been bouncing ideas off of through Facebook, and you know we meet in person because he has family that lives down here, and you know as much as I think about like wow how cool would it be to start your own comic book, and then like you take a second and think about how much of a pain in the ass it is for you to do one of your drawings, Bobby. Now look at a comic book and look like Greg Capullo's run on Batman, and look at all that detail he puts in there, and then you kind of get a little intimidated, like wow, you know, like because I could draw all this, but the moment an editor sees that, he'll be like, "That's fucking stupid," you know, like you got to redo this, and you're like, "But it busted my ass." He won't care, you know. So like running a radio show isn't all that easy either, you know. Like the easiest thing I could think of I would like to be professionally would be like a voice actor. Mostly because nowadays a lot of the stuff you still need to be in LA to fucking do. You know, even to audition you could send files, but if they want you there, you got to be willing to go out there to do it. Right. So I'd love to be a voice actor. I'd love to sit there and stand in front of a microphone and pretend to be someone else and get paid an absurd amount of money per hour to do it. But
Burn.
I got that. Who's next?
I got that.
Deluxe.
I say everybody knows you're a Seeker fan and everything. So if you could make up your own Seeker to join, you know, the Seekers, who would it be, and you know what kind of personality would he have?
I don't know, honestly. Because I'm like, you know, it's funny because my love for the Seekers like changes. Like I'm still a Thundercracker fan. Which I read this amazing article how that's a racist fucking term and has
I saw that.
Who posted that? They posted a link about a petition. I read that. I was like, that's hilarious. But it's like my love for them like changes. Like I don't think much of the Coneheads, you know. But if I was to make my own, he'd probably be a Conehead because they don't get enough attention, and he'd be a pretty ruthless motherfucker. Like he wouldn't be like a yes man that secretly plots like Starscream, you know, or a fucking bully like Skywarp, or just someone that's conflicted with his values and morals. I think he would have to be like a straight up full blown sociopath, you know, psychotic individual, like the example of being a Decepticon to the extreme. So.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, somebody topped in the fucking shit.
Okay.
God dang,
which classic TV show do you think best represents Hispanic American culture? Greg, that is a racist question.
So
chips or cops? Come on, you gotta answer. Like... Chips or cops?
That's
do you think
Greg's
Deventor looks like chips?
Neither. Any episode of John Leguizamo's fucking TV show he had for a while. How's that?
Oh, Spawn?
Yeah. No. He actually had didn't he have his own? No, he had a stand-up called The Pest. No, that was a movie. But he had his own stand-up, though.
Didn't he have that show, House of Bugging?
House of what?
Bugging.
Bungies.
Bugging? House of Bugging?
I think. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he was... wasn't he in The Talking Dead or something?
Oh, never mind. Somebody
did you have a question, Greg?
That it already got asked in the background. That's all that matters. I mean, I'll ask it out loud. I don't care, but I think we've already answered it. I want to make Matt laugh.
No.
Justin.
Outside of G1, what's your favorite fiction related to Transformers?
Outside of favorite fiction. There was a while where the Dreamwave stuff was actually kind of good. Like, I like Stormbreaker. That was actually really neat. I really like that. I like the way, like, because, you know, I'm one of those guys that it's the artwork that kind of pulls me to a comic. I think it's the artwork that sells the comic, which is why, like, you know, Bobby, you cracked that joke about reading the Transformers UK stuff because you can't read it because that shit just looks like so bad on the inside.
Yeah.
But that's a prime example where the writing really helps out the comic book more than the artwork. So it's kind of weird. Like, I would have to say at the moment it's like the earlier IDW stuff, your All Hail Megatrons and all that stuff there. The Decimation, all the Shun titles that came out, those are really interesting to read. So that nothing else really captures me. Like, the Beast Wars stuff was good, but it was limited.
Right. So, all right, here's a question, and you're gonna want to do some thinking on this, but you don't have the opportunity. Guns to your head, luggage is sitting in front of you, and a decision has to be made. You're gonna go to an abandoned island for the rest of your life, and you can take 5 movies in the catalog. Who is fucking shaving?
Who's rapping? Who's DJing?
5 movies or the catalog and the catalog of 5 musical artists. What are they?
5 movies of 5 musical artists.
Yeah.
Number 1 would have to be Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell. I fucking love that movie.
Good choice.
Certain reasons. Number 2 would obviously have to be The Dark Knight, which I give that movie a lot of shit, saying it's a little overrated because of Heath Ledger's death, but it's still a really enjoyable film. Number 3 would have to be the Donner cut of Superman 2 because you get to see General Zod hold a fucking M16 and unloading, because that was awesome. Number 4 would have to be Freddy vs. Jason because I watched that again today and I discovered it's got its own little charm. So, and Gary Chalk was the sheriff.
There you go.
And number 5 would probably have to be any one of the Naked Gun movies. I thought those were awesome.
I thought you
that was his niche, man. That was his thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they can make all these epic date movies and shit, but without Leslie Nielsen, they're gonna fail.
I can't wait until we do this for Deluxe, but I feel like I know the movies he's going to take with him. So,
Transformers 1 through 4, Part 5 bootleg, production roll. No, 5 music CDs, whatever I take. Number 1 would have to be Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. I'm really nostalgic over that album. And number 2 would have to be...
Hey, Greg.
All right,
Stop eating chips.
It's not a dick.
What?
Against your pubes.
You're rubbing
I'm
something
not-
against the microphone.
No, I will.
I don't know what it is.
What?
I don't know what it is.
But I wasn't. I'm just standing here. In fact, I have my phone at my side.
Right, okay,
While
well,
I
there's
Against
this
your
noise
pubes, like I said.
there's this noise of rubbing, and your face keeps popping up whenever it happens.
The corduroy pants, he's jogging.
Eh.
You know what?
Number 1 would be Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. Number 2 would have to be Notorious B.I.G., Life After Death. That was probably one of the best rap albums I ever heard in my entire life. Number 3 would have to totally be, no lie, the first Linkin Park album, because when I bought that, I watched them play in the House of Blues for like in Orlando for like dirt cheap. Now it's like, you know, they want fucking absurd amounts of money for a fucking ticket, whatever. And my last one I take with me would most likely have to be Jesus Christ, it does require a thing.
That's a good person to take with you.
Huh?
That's a good one to take with there, Oscar. Jesus Christ.
I like to bring my Bible. That's a good audio CD. No, I don't know, man. Fucking I've been jamming out the Avenged Sevenfold lately, so why not?
Yeah.
So,
Um,
hell with it.
I want to just add real quick that in Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, he has this line on there that I absolutely love. It's actually the line that made me like when I listened to him. Initially I didn't really care for Jay-Z, but when I heard this line, it snapped me out of it, and I said, like, oh, wait a minute, I need to pay attention to what this guy's saying. But he had this line where he was talking about like this guy died, like it was like a rival drug dealer to some other drug dealer. It might have even been to him. I can't remember the context of it, but that guy died. And he's like, so I walk past this casket feeling sarcastic, like, look at you, you're still sleeping, you poor bastard.
I was about to say maybe it was his brother, because like he shot his own brother in the back over jewelry.
Yeah.
That's shit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Now I'm the richest man in Brooklyn. Holla, holla.
No, I do it for hip hop. I do it all for hip hop.
Okay.
Do it all for hip hop, right, Kanye? I'm gonna let you finish, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There's this Tracy Morgan skit. I don't know if you've ever heard it, where like it's like he does like all the voices. It's like Jay-Z, DMX, and LL Cool J at this breakfast, like this corner store deli ordering a breakfast sandwich.
That's Ari Spears.
Oh yeah.
Those guys.
Dude,
He does Shaq hustle too, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I want the bacon, egg, and cheese for Brooklyn.
Oh man, I'd have to.
DMX
I'd probably
easy on the salt, dog. My blood pressure. My blood pressure.
I'd have to actually be honest. I'd take out one of those CDs. I'd take out the Linkin Park. I'd put DMX's "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot," mostly because of that song. Niggas done started something. The very last song on that track on that CD.
His first 3 CDs were pretty good.
It was actually out like a year before that CD was out.
Yep.
Yeah, DMX those shit, man. Too bad he went fucking bat crazy, but man, his start.
A bunch
of crack.
Shit was good.
It's because of crack.
Yeah, crack. Crack's a powerful drug.
He passed away in 2010, but he said the best thing I ever heard about DMX. He said when DMX came out, he had a certain amount of shit he had to say, and in those first 2 albums, he said it. And then he was
no, the third one was pretty good.
Then the rest of the shit.
The third one was
boxing matches.
No, the third DMX CD was good. That was with oh god, what was that one?
You know what? I totally agree with you on that, Bobby. Wait, I can see him setting this up. He's like making a plan, and he's got like a dry erase board, and he's like 2 albums, and he's got a bunch of notes. And he's like Steven Seagal movie, and he's got some notes.
Jet Li movie.
Like, and he's like Jet Li movie. He's got some notes. He's like TV commercial. He's got some notes. Like reality show. There's some notes and a big question mark and a circle. And then it was like celebrity boxing match. and then in quotation or parentheses it says whitest man possible. Question mark underneath it. And then yeah. A bunch of drawings of dogs. He was supposed to box Zimmerman, George Zimmerman.
Over the whole ordeal down here.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That
for charity.
Do you remember Sticky Fingers from Onyx boxed that white guy?
And then the shit never
happened. Who did he box?
Sticky Fingers? He boxed
I remember that, yeah. Who did he box?
It was, I forget his name, but the white dude kicked his ass.
Yeah.
Man, that slam shit was awesome.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, your guns in the air.
I grew. Don't ever say that. Well, it's like I grew up on in Jersey.
That totally crossed out shit, man, was the fucking shit.
Totally crossed out.
Oh, it's crisscross.
I'm picturing Matt putting his pants on backwards.
I did.
Oh, hold up, man! I gotta unzip my butt to take a leak. Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I was totally crossed out. Fuck that shit. Everybody was.
Post my G1 Soundwave in my front pocket, literally.
Hell yeah!
Deluxe, do you have any another question for Mr. Oscar?
No, he didn't like my last one, so fuck him.
That's funny.
No, I'm good. I know everything about Oscar. He's the best.
It's not for you. It's for the listeners.
It is for me too. I'm a listener. Shit.
Who?
And goddamn it, I love that fucking Cuban.
Greg,
no, I'm good.
Oh, do I have a question for Oscar? Ah,
Hell, Oscar.
God damn it! What could I ask Oscar? Everything I'd want to ask Oscar's already been asked. Do you have any advice for people who are the youngins, the youths, who are just now getting in Transformers collecting? Do you have any observations from your time that you
I would say
tips, tricks?
You should probably go to the Cybertron Cafe if you're not willing to get raped for eBay prices, because they will take care of you there. B, when you collect, do it responsibly and understand that, if something breaks, it's not really the end of the world. There's always a way to fix it. You live in a day and age where the internet is a standard in the American home, so you can always look it up, find a way to fix it if it's possible. B, keep your receipts. Yeah, that's right. And if you do buy something from eBay, read the item description.
Oh, yes. Reading is fundamental.
Read the item description. Because when I started eBaying hard a few years ago, I learned that lesson the hard way.
Did you buy boxes?
I did. I bought a box.
Oh.
The description said figure, not in box. I was like, yeah, I just got this G1 Starscream for like 15 ship. Fucking dumbass. I'm saying with a fucking.
Oh, that sucks,
man. I got fucked. But yeah, no, like obviously, like nowadays, especially with Facebook and stuff, you should go to the groups first, and obviously, you should go to the cafe admin by Greg and his buddies there. And try that areas first before you go being dedicated to go the route of eBay.
Right.
That's just about it. Just be responsible about it.
What you call T2RX6? Do you have any more questions for Oscar?
Which character, human or otherwise, do you think you are most you can most identify with, Rapido?
That's racist.
Rapido?
He's a Rapido.
Rapido? Rapido?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yes, that one. I'm very identified with the only Hispanic sounding Transformer ever.
Wait, what were the?
What about the RD Drift? He looks kind of.
No.
What about those? What are they? Red and blue fucking jump starters? The Mexican ones, the ones that TFCon homage.
Oh yeah. What the heck are they like? I can't even think of their names. Like Salt Man Z or something like that.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes.
Sure, let's go with that. Let's keep this racist completely. Never felt more comfortable in my life with a group of people until today.
A legitimate question, I guess, and it doesn't have to be related to like Transformers at all. It could be if you want, but being that Oscar is the man of many voices, and you can be as racially insensitive as you want. I don't give a shit. If you were to design a supervillain or enemy bot, come on, some characteristics. You have this in your head.
How would he be?
Yeah, like mannerisms. What would he do? What was
if I was to design the ultimate villain, he would have to be someone that I insist that he's able to blend in with the everyday individual.
So not gay Hitler.
No, not Hitler. Hitler. I'm talking like Hitler. No, I don't know. He obviously would be like a really ruthless, very, very. Damn. I don't know. I've never been asked to give someone like life like that before.
Well, thank you for coming to the Marvel interview, Oscar. You will not.
I know, right? I now 16. No, I'm serious. Like the last time I went into like creating my own characters up until recently, like I haven't even focused on the villains. Like the villain for the story, I'm going to be pitching is like a fallen hero type of character. But like the last time I designed a villain, I was 16 and smoked a lot of weed, and it sounded like such a great idea. I called him Osgod, and it's like instead of like the Infinity Gauntlet that had 6 gems, he had 2 like arm bracelets that had 5 gems on each. Because he was so powerful, he made an extra set, so it doubled his power that he already had. And he wore a crown that looked a lot like Galvatron's head, but he had another Infinity Gem on there. And he had like the same type of rock texture like Darkseid, Bobby. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And he had a fucking cape, and he wore just a pair of trunks and boots, and he was fucking omnipotent. And then when I haven't smoked weed in years now, and I drew them again the other day for the first time, I was like, this is the worst idea I've ever had in my entire life.
Oscar,
Huh.
I have my hand raised, like I'm asking a question.
Yes.
Call on me. Are we still being
Yes.
racist? Are we still being racist?
Sure we are. Go ahead.
Did he have his downfall when he pawned all his gems for meth?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But no, it was like that was the last time I created someone from like scratch, and whereas this one, it's like the last thing I'm doing is the design. The first thing I'm doing is actually like writing out these biographies for these characters, so I actually have something to work with and work with my pitch.
I got a question too.
Hey,
who do you like voicing the best? I mean, you do a lot of voice characters. Who's your favorite to do? I mean, do you have a favorite one?
It's weird because it's kind of like the first one I ever did when I was a kid. I was Grimlock because you could basically switch in and out of Grimlock without real big problem, without people getting angry, and then you come back into it like it's nothing. Right. So Megatron just sounds like, it's an old man who smokes Newport his entire life. So you just sound like this whole time. And then like what I still do is like whenever I do like when I did Transformers Peacetime, when I was starting to get the hang of trying to voice Megatron, I'd have what I call starter lines. When I voiced Wolverine for my friend Nate for his show Deadpool and Friends, with Wolverine he'd be like, no more, come on bub, come at me kid, and it's a play on the old 90s X-Men show voice. And for Megatron to be like, it's of course it's a fucking line from the film that everyone quotes. But it's like when he holds that gun up to Prime and he goes, I waited an eternity for this. It's over, Prime. And then there's the scene where he gets thrown out of Astro Train. He's like, wait, I still function. And then Starscream retorts, what a bet! And he shoots him out of the fucking Astro Train.
Very nice, man.
Grimlock's my favorite because you could just, it's like talking like Bizarro. Me, Grimlock, loves smutty metal.
That's not Grimlock. There wasn't anything in there about work.
I
got another question for you. Who would win in the fight, Matt Baldwin or Robert D?
Wow.
Matt Baldwin, because he's in the military, he'd be like, "Oh, for America, motherfucker."
We both just sit down and fucking eat cakes or something.
Oh, I got a better one. Who would win in a fight, Matt Baldwin or the hate monger from Captain America circa like 1960? The clone of Adolf Hitler, remember that? Yeah, who would win a fight with that?
Scheiße.
Who would win in a fight? Hitler or Baldwin? It's probably be Baldwin. You're so strong with your orders.
Wow.
He probably looked that guy there and I'd be like, guess what, man? What is it, American? Tell me before you die. I just shit my pants. Straight up.
Smells bad.
Got that brown water creeping down. I don't care.
Got that brown water creeping down.
He just take his Luger. He take the Luger from the Nazi and just like spread it, go in the middle of the floor and start playing with it.
You mean Lex Luger?
It's like, fuck you, man. Go get your own gun, America. He just hold up a picture of a bald eagle wearing like a backwards baseball cap. All the Nazis would pack up and go home.
Time to go home, yo. Pack your shit up. Let's get.
Let's get the shit. Go Redskins. All about us.
Scale of 1 to freedom. How quick are y'all motherfuckers getting back in your tanks and going to Germany? Going to Deutschland.
And the French can thank us because they be speaking German right now.
I'll talk too much shit. Go make a Volkswagen or something. Because I don't care.
I got one more question.
How
loved do you feel, Oscar? Seriously.
Huh?
You're sitting here with 5 of your best internet friends doing this show. How loved do you feel?
I feel a lot of love. I've had my I don't want to get sentimental. I don't like it, but
okay.
I've butt heads with some of you guys on here. You, Greg, Bobby when I first met Bobby. I don't think Justin and I's ever butt heads because I said this to him a lot. I think he's the most logical one out of all of us. But But I do feel a lot of love. This has been an interesting experience in my life where normally something like this, my ADD kicks in after 25 episodes, and I'm like, I'm done. This I've actually looked forward to, and so there's a lot of times it's I was never more upset when I was unable to go to TFCon over a goddamn toy convention of things. The wife heard it when she's like, she sit there, was like, so what you got planned for this week? I'm like, oh, not in Chicago. That's not what's fucking happening this weekend. Leave me alone. I'd be in my office. So I fucking closed the door.
We still had hosts, man. That whole weekend we were still waiting. We're like, he's just kidding.
Friday night, I remember we were saying, like, what are the chances he's going to pop up tomorrow morning?
Oh, yeah. That would have been.
I had to sleep once that weekend.
I definitely would have shit my pants then, dude. Even with the chaps on.
Oh, man, it would have been game one.
Hell yeah.
There's always
that would have sucked, too. Secondhand White Castle shit.
I look forward to our next possible meetup, so that way Greg and I can go halvesies on cigarettes.
There you go.
Especially if they're that expensive up north.
I'm sorry, I just saw this picture. I'm gonna have to send it in the chat, but it said Terrence Howard looks like the only black guy at the Yu-Gi-Oh card tournament.
Hey, Bobby just died.
Bobby just died. He must be getting tired. He get delirious.
But I said this picture.
Bro.
When I send this picture, you're gonna see it. All right. I had another question. Look, you've done a lot of like really entertaining shit on your channel, whether it be like
send the picture.
I am. Whether it be like the big dumb toy reviews or the animation stuff. Like, you haven't done any videos in a while. Do you have any, plan on getting back to that or anything?
Yeah. Something called marriage, and then having to do everything came into place, so that could have hindered. But as soon as I'm done with finally done with Whirl, my plan is to get back into doing to knock out the rest of Transformers Peacetime. I want to kind of do like my own take on. I used to do a series because if you look at my videos, my first ones were like a really bad series called Freddie Freebird Jackson, which almost got me fired from my job as a beer guy. And
Oh, it must have posted. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's retarded.
Oh my God, that's fucking horrible. You got tired of it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that our new picture?
That is our default pick is Terrence Howard. Looking like the only nigga at a Yu-Gi-Oh card tournament. My God.
That's funny because it's true.
Someone needs to change the picture.
That's our new default pick. Change it, Matt. You just gotta copy and paste, buddy. Don't get lost in the process.
Drag
I think Bobby's stroking out.
It's the headphones and the
Dude, Justin, that is the picture I'm gonna show for this bit. Is that it is gonna be on the video screen of Terrence Howard.
It might
I'm glad
Sure.
he just stuck with Rody.
Oh God.
I forgot the question.
Yeah. What are your plans? Are your plans to get back to the YouTube bid?
Yeah. I want to do Big Dumb Toy Review again because I was the shit in England. Like a lot of my analytics came from like England because of Thu from Thu's Awesome Transformer Reviews. Like tweeted about me a few times. So I want to do more reviews. I like doing my quick reviews, which are guaranteed like under 10 minutes. Whereas some guys get more into detail, like yourself and Justin. I just peruse over the shit I notice. I want to do more cartoons, man. But the only bitch about it is it's like, these ideas come into play where it's like, I did a series called A Moment with Kang where I did, if you guys like the Rockford voice, you'd like the original Oriental voice I did, where it was about a guy dealing with American stereotypes after he owns a Chinese takeout place, but he's not Chinese, and the way he opened his restaurant was because he did gay porn, and then it turned into him interacting with Marvel characters and zombies, and that got really popular for a while, and now I want to redo that and so it could be more animated and shit. I like doing that shit. I like doing like really stupid videos that some people may think are stupid, but I think they're hilarious. I can't gauge what someone else is going to think is funny, so I just do it. Like a lot of people hate Big Dumb Toy Review. Every time I sit there and I post something, I would post something like I would post it on a Facebook page. Oh, there's too much yelling and cursing. He likes the curse line. It's like, you're taking this shit to heart, man. They're just toys.
And not only that, I would go so far as to say that they don't really fucking get it anyway. Like they don't.
Yeah, like the running gag is it's a frat boy who's drunk fucking reviewing a toy. The first episode, it was like, oh, I'm 33, I should be ashamed of myself. It's just
hilarious.
Random shit like that.
I'll change the picture, man.
Oh, God.
Good stuff. That was good. That was a good laugh, too.
I think Bobby enjoyed it the most.
I haven't laughed that hard since, like, that Red Knight fucking comment freaking Greg made about Daredevil coming down and punching some...
He needs a fucking fanny pack. If he had a fanny pack on, like cocked to the side, like it wasn't a fanny pack. Like, it was like a holster.
That shit took me by storm, man. Like when I was scrolling through my Instagram feed, and I came across, I thought it was gonna have something. He's on a show now, isn't he? I thought it had something to do with the show, and then I read the little caption, and I was like, oh God, oh my God. So anyway, Oscar, thanks for answering our questions and hopefully letting the listeners get to know a little bit more about you. To the listeners, I hope you enjoyed session 2 of 6. And Oscar, I can't have you take it out on your own fucking interview, so I will say, please take care of yourselves and each other, and for the sake of Primus, please collect responsibly.
You've been shattered.
Fuck yeah.